Okay, it's day 91 with the Capitol Police headquarters behind me. Verderosa's office is up there. Everyone remembers Verderosa, the police chief that was kind of dressed down by Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Hey, there will be repercussions. There will be, you will have consequences for hiding the portable hard drives that Imran stole in the famous John Wilkes phone booth. So we've had a lot of law enforcement resources that have been devoted to people who are involved in criminal activity. And it seems you almost can sense a feeling that things are switching the other way, and maybe that maybe the congressman, maybe Paul Ryan will see this. I would say, task force, how many today? 500,000 people? I mean, there is a sea of humanity here. And the one thing they can give the people today is a 4-page memo and let them read it for themselves. What I want to give the American people are all the police reports. So the people of America, the United States, can decide for themselves, and here's our fine Postal Service employees that I'd like to shout out to, that they can decide for themselves who actually, if Imran Awan is guilty or not. They can decide if he's being just involved in bank fraud, or what are those other 12 houses, what are those other 20 businesses. Now, we've seen in time and time again in history where there is a Gladio type infiltration where for some reason the people that are in power are afraid of all the people for some reason that are walking up and down this street. There's literally hundreds of thousands that we've seen go by, especially by the Supreme Court. Is there some kind of twisted readiness exercise 84, some kind of Ollie North readiness exercise 84? If you look at this Pelican video that you probably know that we've been out into Orlando, the Port of Canaveral, and we've exposed that along with the great folks down there and talked to the author, Andrea Shea King, about these container ships coming in under the control of the UAE. And we've identified links between Imran Awan and the aspiring in Congress and logistics for a massive boat lift potentially of war material. We've talked to people in Saylorsburg who blocked off city streets to have one day a month where there's massive war material going into Gulen's headquarters. There's 33 of those types of headquarters. We've gone to the Islamic Society of North America in Indiana. We've gone to these different locations. They're not made up. I mean, we were taking the pictures. There they are, and they're massive. So at some point, we have to ask ourselves, when you partner with a Russian containerized warfare logistics system, which is the partner, the K company, making, even mobile command centers that are disguisable within container systems, you really start having to ask the question, who's calling the shots? President Trump, in addition to publishing the memo, which I hopefully happens, Fox right over here is reporting it, hopefully that he will look at this memo or this deal that Jack Lew did in the middle of the night and say, hey, we're rescinding that order, executive order. You cannot have a 35-year deal, no bid with a foreign power. It automatically triggers a 60-day and 90-day review by CFIUS. There's an automatic trigger there. You cannot do deals in the middle of the night. You can't go get signatures in the middle of the night. We don't do business like that. That's not our government. So anything you would like to add?
Yeah, and why Mr. Mueller worked with Ayman Mir, who was on the CFIUS board at the time these deals were made. Mr. Mir worked for Wilmer Hale with Mr. Mueller. Why they would allow that to continue? Mr. Mir has connections to INSA, the Islamic Society of North America. He has connections to Pakistani ISI, the One Brothers. He has connections to the Muslim Brotherhood. So it's really questionable.
So yes, Mir on the wall, MIR, Hussein Mir, does have Pac ISI connections, and that's the person that's reviewing the CFIUS deal for the Port of Canaveral deal for the Project Pelican. Right. So that, and Wilmer Hale, I used to say Winter Hale, because it's easier for people to remember, but Bob Mueller was he was an immigration lawyer at Wilmer Hale before he became director of the FBI. So we really have to start looking at all these deals that were put together in this kind of pay-to-play bonanza time where we controlled both the judiciary and the Congress and the presidency.